Victoria wasn't like other girls. Her beauty was legendary. It was also lethal. A single glance at her face and any living thing would drop dead. It was a horrible curse, a dark secret she carried. From a young age, Victoria was forced to hide her face. A simple scarf became her shield, a barrier between her and the world. Victoria yearned for a normal life. She dreamt of laughter, friendship, and love, but her curse made everything complicated. Loneliness became her shadow, her constant companion. Still, Victoria refused to give up. She clung to hope, believing that one day her curse would be broken. Despite the hardships, Victoria excelled in her studies. She found solace in books, losing herself in stories of faraway lands and magical adventures. Her sharp intellect earned her a place at a prestigious university. It was a chance for a fresh start, an opportunity to experience life beyond her curse. Victoria was determined to embrace it, to find her place in the world, even if it meant hiding her face. University was a whirlwind of new experiences. Victoria navigated crowded hallways and lecture halls, her scarf always in place. She kept to herself, her secret a heavy burden. The other students whispered about her, their curiosity piqued by the girl who always hid her face. Some were cruel, their words like daggers aimed at her heart. There was Bella, the queen bee of the campus, who never missed an opportunity to mock Victoria's concealed face. Bella's posse of followers giggled at her every cruel joke, their laughter echoing in the hallways. Then there was Joshua, the handsome and popular captain of the football team. He seemed to radiate charm, but beneath the surface lurked a cruel streak. Intrigued by Victoria's mystery, Joshua became determined to uncover her secret, no matter the cost. Victoria tried to ignore them, to focus on her studies. She found solace in the library, surrounded by the comforting silence of books. But their taunts followed her, chipping away at her resolve. She felt like an outcast, a freak. The dream of a normal life seemed to slip further away. One day, amidst the chaos of the university cafeteria, Victoria found herself bumping into someone. Her books tumbled to the floor, scattering across the tiled floor. As she crouched down to gather them, a hand reached down to help her. It belonged to a young man with kind eyes and a warm smile. His name was Dennis. He was a fellow student studying literature like Victoria. Unlike the others, Dennis didn't seem fazed by Victoria's concealed face. He treated her with respect and genuine kindness. He saw beyond her scarf, recognizing the intelligent and kind soul beneath. Dennis became Victoria's rock, a beacon of light in her otherwise lonely world. They spent countless hours together, lost in conversation, their shared love for books forging a bond between them. Dennis's friendship was a lifeline for Victoria, reminding her that there was still good in the world. He saw her, not her curse. Section 4. Shadows of Doubt. One day, Joshua, determined to win his cruel game, tricked Victoria into meeting him at the university gardens. He pretended he had something important to tell her, something he couldn't say in public. Victoria, blinded by a flicker of hope that maybe, just maybe, he wanted to apologize for his behavior, agreed to meet him. As Joshua leaned in close, feigning sincerity, he swiftly reached for Victoria's scarf, intending to rip it away. But as his fingers brushed against the fabric, his eyes widened in horror. He stumbled back, his face contorting in agony, before collapsing to the ground, lifeless. The news of Joshua's death spread like wildfire through the university campus. Fingers were pointed at Victoria, the mysterious girl who hid her face. Whispers turned into accusations. The police were called in, their investigation shrouded in suspicion and fear. Victoria became the prime suspect in a murder investigation, the weight of Joshua's death hanging heavy on her shoulders. Section 5. True Love's Embrace. Victoria was devastated. She was innocent, but how could she prove it? The curse that had haunted her all her life was now being used against her. Even the police seemed to fear her, their faces pale and drawn as they questioned her. Only Dennis stood by her, his belief in her unwavering. Driven to desperation, Victoria decided to reveal her secret, to show everyone the truth behind her curse. She called a meeting in the university quad, her heart pounding in her chest. The entire university seemed to gather, their faces a mixture of curiosity, fear, and morbid fascination. As Victoria slowly unwrapped her scarf, a hush fell over the crowd. There, in the bright sunlight, her beauty shone as breathtaking and as deadly as ever. People gasped, their faces contorting in fear. Some fainted dead away. But amidst the chaos, Victoria only had eyes for one person: Dennis. To her astonishment, Dennis didn't flinch. He looked at her not with fear but with a love so pure, so true, that it sent a shockwave through her very being. And in that moment, something miraculous happened. The air shimmered, the world seemed to hold its breath, and then the curse lifted. The power that had held Victoria captive for so long simply vanished. Tears streamed down her face, tears of relief, of gratitude, of love. Dennis's love had broken the curse, proving that true love, the kind that sees beyond the surface, the kind that embraces the heart and soul, can conquer even the darkest of curses. Victoria was finally free.